So, I got some hate on one of my latest videos where I raked Hasan for his views and statements and showed rather clear disappointment in She-Dog,
Yeah.
Iron Mouse's friend,
I will be the very best.
for not doing proper research on who he brings on his show. For the people who think I'm angry at Connor, or think he's as bad as Hasan, I don't. I think he's got every right to not want to be involved in politics. In fact, I think that's actually commendable, especially in the current online space. But I also think that to bring someone like Hasan Piker onto the show is incredibly irresponsible for a number of reasons, chief amongst which is the fact that Hasan has proudly proclaimed that his MO is to appear like a chill, fun guy to hang out with, just a guy who likes anime and pop culture and working out, so as to ingratiate himself to the general audience and lure them into his environment, at which point he begins to radicalize them through the manipulation of information, the repainting of rhetoric in order to not be immediately detected as the terrorist propaganda that it is, and other extremely manipulative and underhanded tactics that really you should only need to use if, well, your ideology is one of the most evil on the planet.
Says you were born in New Jersey? That's slander.
No, that's real.
You were born in New Jersey?
No, that is real. I'm angry.
He's done this for years, and only recently did his bad actions receive major backlash, thanks to his former co-host Ethan Klein. Now, for those in the audience who are Hasan fans and are still under the impression that this split was done by Piker himself as a show of ethics, you're not just wrong, you're also dumb.
By the way, I'm not even defending I'm not even like I'm just trying to tell you guys how it feels. And I'm fucking shocked that you don't care that people in your chat are saying, who the fuck is this child, cold, arrogant, as fuck.
I love you, but there's only so
moderate?
much I
And
can do.
How can you be surprised when your Discord is literally full of fucking
Ethan, I love you, but there's only so much I can do if you're...
The split between Ethan and Hasan happened when Hasan's heavily moderated chat, seriously, I cannot stress enough, go there and say something mean about Hasan, you'll be banned within seconds, was filling up with the sentiment that Ethan was a supporter of genocide and had married a murderer. This is due to Hila Klein having served in the IDF as part of her mandatory military service that all Israeli citizens must participate in. Hasan did nothing to defend his friend, and instead chose to justify his fans' behavior, leading to a rift between the two, only to then turn around and begin the work of demonizing and diminish Ethan, as well as imply that he never liked working with him and was only doing it to get to his audience. Again, showing how shitty of a person Hasan really is. At this point, someone like Connor, Ludwig, and NMP LOL, and other creators who have worked with Hasan, especially female creators and sex workers, should maybe consider who it is they have actually been working with. Hasan has shown multiple times that he supports the actions of many radically religious terrorist groups that believe in the oppression of women, the eradication of the LGBT community, and the genocide of Jews and Christians, wherever they may be found, by either tacitly writing off their actions as justified due to some ethereal concept of an overarching conflict, such as when he claimed to NMP that the pirate attack he showed him was actually an exercise in resistance, despite the ship being taken over being completely unrelated to the conflict he mentioned.
Israeli corporation, we're going to take over your ship. You cannot fucking use this trade route anymore. Guess what, bitch? It's our fucking territorial boundary, and we're going to enforce this until you stop doing genocide in Gaza.
For context, the Galaxy Leader, the ship in question, was being run by a Japanese shipping company and was completely unrelated to the Gaza conflict, and showing propaganda videos on stream while providing no commentary to explain how such videos are made to misrepresent the reality of their actions as a celebration of culture. He's also involved NMP in this one. Sorry, Nick.
Because, hell, even a couple days ago, I was hanging out with my buddy Hasan, and this guy unironically put a terrorist propaganda music video on and then left the room.
Left the room?
Yeah, and I was just like, and the thing is, like, in hindsight, it's hilarious, you know? But at the same time, I'm like, what is going on here? This is wild to me.
Now, despite all of this, Hasan has avoided major consequences, likely due to his extensive government and media contacts, such as his uncle, Cenk Uygur, I think that's how you pronounce that, who has strived to distance himself from his nephew's radical views in the past, and even went on Hasa's own show,
overwhelming majority of the American people do not agree with you. It is not a constitutional right. They have no so-called right to participate in the WNBA. I don't have a right to participate in the NBA. So, and does it affect elections? Well, we had an overwhelming answer to that in the Trump-Harris contest, because Donald Trump ran the anti-trans ad, which was not about hating trans people, although of course it was perceived as such by a lot of people. And so, what it was saying, hey, you guys are giving free surgery to undocumented immigrants who are detainees who are trans. It's too much. It's too, and I agree, it is too much. 98% of Americans agree it is too much, right? So instead, you guys go, no, let's fight. Oh, for God's sake! And you dig in, and now we're on a losing ground for no reason at all.
In an attempt to correct Hasan on his radical perspective. Now, Cenk has his own host of flaws, to the point that some people have even accused him of denying the existence or the occurrence of certain genocides. But these pale in comparison to those of Piker himself, as they are mere implications rather than outright statements by the person in question. If I was to sit here and rattle off all the offenses that reveal Hasan's soul for the blackened lump of cancerous coal that it is, I'd basically just be remaking a video that already exists and that now has over 3 million views, and frankly, I can't be bothered watching that much content on this guy. The first time he suffered any amount of consequences for his radical beliefs was when he called for the killing of a sitting US senator over matters of healthcare. And while I can understand the sentiment of wanting there to be consequences for the mistreatment of healthcare, there is such a thing as a line that should not be crossed, and Hasan has been playing jump rope with that line for the past several years. Now, you might be thinking that finally receiving some amount of backlash for his actions would maybe cause him to reevaluate his beliefs, or at least his methods. But instead, Hasan made a video where rather than recant his words, he doubled down on them. Beginning his video by admitting that his words were hyperbolic, he then went into great detail on how the highest possible punishment is called for, in essence, capital punishment, as in the death sentence, and then proceeded to rave about how Asmongold is somehow responsible, calling him a Nazi multiple times, both through association and implication. Now, I want to set the record straight here. I don't dislike Hasan because of his views on politics, though I do believe he's a hypocrite who has a lot of people fooled, claiming to be a humble socialist while profiting off of his audience and living a life of luxury, from $1 million house and car to a luxury dog, rather than living as he claims others like himself should. I dislike Hasan because of his views on morality, which paint him as a death-worshipping sack of shit who shouldn't be allowed to have a public platform, let alone be in talks of receiving government support as the Joe Rogan of the left. While recording this video, Ethan Klein was actually banned on Twitch for playing his content nuke on repeat. The offense? Well, it turns out that it's against Twitch's terms of service to play terrorist propaganda, even for the purpose of commenting on it. Go figure.
Interject, but the Twitch stream is gone.
It already got banned?
It got banned?
Yeah.
What's the reason? It got banned for encouraging or glorifying extreme violence.
Whoa.
That's fucking
wow.
That's Hasan's content that's on your platform that he didn't get in trouble for.
I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it. And I hope you hate Hasan as much as I do. He really does deserve it. Leave a like. Leave a dislike. Let me know how wrong I am and correct all of my points by calling me all sorts of different buzzwords and names. Just know that if you do, you'll just be proving me right. And with that being said, I'll see you all next time. Have a good one. Cheers.